Hello everyone, welcome to History class. Today we are going to continue lesson 8 of history, the Great Uprising of 1857. The main objectives of the lesson are you will come to know about the revolt of 1857, causes of the revolt of 1857, outbreak of the revolt in Meerut, main centers of the revolt, suppression of the revolt, nature of the revolt and effects of the uprising. Earlier, we had discussed about the revolt of 1857 and its causes, and today the topic of the day is outbreak of the revolt of 1857. The main objectives of today's topic are you will come to know about outbreak of the revolt in Meerut, march to Delhi, spread of the revolt, and main centers of the revolt. But before discussing today's topic, let us recall definitions and cross questions related to the previous topics. Definitions: revolt, sepoy, mutiny, cartridge, and doctrine of lapse. Now answer these cross questions. Name the policies used by the British to annex the territories of the Indian rulers. Tell an immediate cause of the revolt of 1857. Tell any two economic causes of the revolt of 1857. Tell any two military causes of the revolt of 1857. Name the Indian soldier who attacked his superiors in Barakpur. Now, let us discuss new words related to today's topic. Cavalry, the soldiers who fought on horses. Civilian, a person who is not in the armed services or police force. Pensioner, a person who receives a fixed amount of money from the government. Guerrilla warfare, the activities involved in a war fought by small groups of irregular soldiers against typically larger regular forces. Indigo, a blue dye obtained from a tropical plant. Garrison, a group of soldiers or buildings built by them in a town to live in and to defend the town. Now, the topic is outbreak of the revolt of 1857. As we had discussed that the rumor about the greased cartridges spread like wildfire. The great uprising started from Barakpur in Bengal. On March 29, 1857, a Brahmin sepoy named Mangal Pandey refused to use the greased cartridges and killed two English officers. He was hanged, and this resulted in general uprising of the revolt in Meerut, Delhi, Kanpur, Lucknow, Jhansi, etc. The real trouble started at Meerut on May 6, 1857. The revolt gathered momentum and spread across northern and central India like a wildfire. Now, the topic is outbreak of the revolt in Meerut. Outbreak means uprising. Mangal Pandey's execution caused a lot of turmoil in the army camps across India. The 85 soldiers of the 3rd Bengal Light Cavalry refused to touch the cartridges. 3rd Bengal Light Cavalry was also known as the 3rd Bengal Native Cavalry and was a locally recruited regiment of the East India Company's Bengal Army. On 9 May 1857, they were humiliated and sentenced to 10 years of imprisonment. Imprisonment means jail. That means after the execution of Mangal Pandey, there was a lot of agitation in the army camps across India. Some sepoys of the regiment at Meerut refused to do the army drill using new cartridges which were suspected of being coated with the fat of cows and pigs. 85 sepoys were dismissed from services and sentenced to 10 years in jail for disobeying their officers. This happened on 9th May 1857. This infuriated the sepoys in Meerut. They broke open the jail on 10 May 1857. They massacred the British officers, released the imprisoned Indian soldiers, looted arms, and set fire to British property. Means the response of other Indian soldiers in Meerut was quite extraordinary. On 10 May 1857, the soldiers marched the jail in Meerut and released the imprisoned sepoys. They attacked and killed the British officers. They captured guns, plundered weapons, and set fire to the buildings and properties of the British and declared war on the Firangis or the British. And after that, the sepoys marched towards Delhi. On 11 May 1857, sepoys from Meerut marched towards Red Fort. Once they reached Delhi, the local sepoys joined them. They killed the European officers stationed there. They proclaimed Bahadur Shah Zafar as the Emperor of Hindustan. Means the sepoys of Meerut rode all night of 10th May to reach Delhi in early hours of the next morning. As the news of their arrival spread, the regiments stationed in Delhi also rose up in rebellion. Again, the European officers were killed, arms and ammunition were seized, and buildings were set on fire. Victorious soldiers gathered around the walls of the Red Fort where the Mughal Emperor Bahadur Shah Zafar lived. The sepoys demanded to meet Bahadur Shah Zafar. But the emperor was not quite willing to challenge the mighty British power, but the soldiers persisted. They forced their way into palace and declared Bahadur Shah Zafar as their leader, and they also declared Bahadur Shah Zafar as the emperor of India. And finally, the Emperor Bahadur Shah Zafar had to accept this demand. He wrote letters to all chiefs and rulers of the country to come forward and organize a confederacy of the Indian states to fight against the British. The single step taken by Bahadur Shah Zafar had great implications. Soon the people of neighboring areas rose in rebellion against the British. The Indian chiefs proclaimed their loyalty to the Mughal emperor. Thus, Delhi became the center of the revolt. So, we can say that the soldiers from other areas also marched towards Delhi. The Mughal dynasty had ruled over a very large part of the country. The most smaller rulers and chieftains controlled different territories on the behalf of the Mughal ruler. Threatened by the expansion of the British rule, many of the smaller rulers and chieftains felt that if the Mughal emperor could rule again, they too would be able to rule their own territories once more under the Mughal authority. The British had not expected this to happen. They thought that the disturbance caused by the issue of the cartridges would die down. But Bahadur Shah Zafar's decision to bless the rebellion changed the entire situation dramatically. And the Indian chiefs who took part in the great uprising declared their loyalty to Bahadur Shah Zafar, and finally Delhi became the center of the revolt, and later on the revolt spread in different parts of India. Now let us read and discuss about spread of the revolt. The uprising soon spread to other parts of India. People started believing that the British Raj had come to an end. Northern India witnessed a huge uprising while Bengal, Punjab, Deccan and the south witnessed sporadic incidents. Sporadic means random, incidents means events or happenings. Basically, after the British were routed from Delhi, there was no uprising for almost a week. It took that much time for news to travel. Meanwhile, the people thought that the British Raj had come to an end. Then a spurt of mutinies began. Regiment after regiment revolted and took off to join other troops at different places like Kanpur, Awadh, Jhansi, etc. The northern part of India viewed a huge uprising, while the southern part of India as well as Bengal viewed random events or happenings. At several places, European officers were killed. The revolt was supported by civilians, dispossessed nobles, and landlords. In the hope of recovering their lost territories, princes too joined the revolt. Means during the revolt, many of the European officers were killed by the sepoys. And finally, the revolt was supported by many of the civilians, the expelled nobles, and the landowners. And after them, the people of the towns and villages also rose up in the revolt and rallied around local leaders, zamindars, and chiefs who were prepared to establish their authority and fought against the British. And even the princes too joined this revolt as they were in the hope of getting back their areas from the British. Now, let us read and discuss about main centers of the revolt. Kanpur, that is in Uttar Pradesh. Nana Sahib, the adopted son of late Peshwa Baji Rao, lived near Kanpur. He gathered armed forces and expelled the British garrison from the city. He declared himself Peshwa and declared that he was a governor under Emperor Bahadur Shah Zafar. At Kanpur, the revolt was led by Nana Sahib, the discontented son of Peshwa Bajirao II. He proclaimed himself Peshwa and ousted the British. Means at Kanpur, the great uprising was led by Nana Sahib, the adopted son of Peshwa Bajirao II. He was a brave and determined general. He captured the fort and declared himself the Peshwa. He showed the signs of a national hero when he acknowledged Bahadur Shah as the Emperor of India. This very fact greatly cemented the Hindu-Muslim unity which was the need of the hour. Initially, Nana Sahib was successful in expelling the British from Kanpur. Tantia Tope and Azimullah supported him. Tantia Tope was a general in Indian Revolt of 1857 and one of its notable leaders. And Azimullah was initially appointed secretary and later prime minister to Nana Sahib. All the troops of Nana Sahib were led by them. However, the British captured Kanpur again in December 1857. Azimullah and Tantia Tope were later captured and executed. Nana Sahib fled to Nepal. Means, with the help of Tantia Tope and Azimullah, Nana Sahib gave some tough moments to the British who were forced to announce a reward of rupees 1 lakh for the capture of Nana Sahib. At last, the British General Havelock arrived on the scene with a large force. Because of a larger army and better equipments, he defeated Nana Sahib and recaptured the city of Kanpur. Nana Sahib escaped to Nepal and was not heard of again. The chief burden of fighting now fell on his capable and trusted general Tantia Tope. He captured the city again, but the English succeeded in reoccupying it. The other main center of the revolt of 1857 was Awadh, the present-day Lucknow in Uttar Pradesh. The revolt at Awadh was led by Begum Hazrat Mahal. She was the wife of deposed ruler Wajid Ali Shah. Deposed means overthrown. Lucknow became the point of revolt for more than 8 months. Sepoys means the Indian soldiers working in the British Army. Peasants, that means farmers. Talukdars. Talukdars were the aristocrats who formed the ruling class during the Mughal and the British times. They were the owners of vast amount of lands and were responsible for collecting the taxes. And chiefs supported Begum Hazrat Mahal in the revolt. Maulvi Ahmadullah and Begum Hazrat Mahal inspired the sepoys. Maulvi Ahmadullah was famous Maulvi of Faizabad and was a leader of revolt of 1857. He was known as the lighthouse of rebellion in Awadh region. Birjis Qadar, son of the ousted Nawab, was declared the new Nawab. Ousted means expelled or removed. Despite a long struggle, the sepoys failed to oust the British. Means Begum Hazrat Mahal, the wife of deposed ruler Wajid Ali Shah, led the revolt in Awadh. And Lucknow remained the point of revolt for more than 8 months. In Lucknow, Birjis Qadar, the son of deposed Nawab Wajid Ali Shah, was declared the new Nawab. Birjis Qadar's mother, Begum Hazrat Mahal, took an active part in organizing against the British. Many new leaders came up and supported Begum Hazrat Mahal. Like Ahmadullah Shah, a Maulvi from Faizabad, supported Begum Hazrat Mahal and they both inspired the Indian soldiers. They emphasized that the rule of the British would come to an end soon. But after struggling for a long time, the Indian soldiers failed to expel the British from Awadh. The other main center of the revolt of 1857 was Bareilly, Rohilkhand, that is in the northwest part of Uttar Pradesh. On 31 May 1857, sepoys in Bareilly revolted and the British officers fled for their lives. Fled means escaped. Khan Bahadur Khan, a pensioner of the British government, was the leader of the uprising. Pensioner means a person who receives a fixed amount of money from the government. So we can say that on 31st May 1857, the Indian soldiers in Bareilly revolted against the British and many of the British officers escaped from there in order to save their lives. Khan Bahadur Khan formed his own government in Bareilly in 1857 Indian revolt against the British. When the Indian revolt of 1857 failed, Bareilly too was subjugated by the British. Then Khan Bahadur Khan escaped to Nepal, where the Nepalis captured him and turned him over to the British. Khan Bahadur Khan was then sentenced to death by the British. The other main center of the revolt of 1857 was Jhansi, that is in Uttar Pradesh. One of the greatest leaders of this revolt was Rani Lakshmi Bai of Jhansi. The British annexed her territory using the doctrine of lapse. Lord Dalhousie, the Governor General from 1848 to 1856, devised the doctrine of lapse. It stated that a kingdom could be annexed if the king died without a male heir. Means Rani Lakshmi Bai of Jhansi was one of the greatest leader of the revolt of 1857. The British took over the region of Jhansi from Rani Lakshmi Bai by using the policy of doctrine of lapse. After a long struggle, the British forces captured the fort and the city. Around 5,000 people were killed in the combat. Combat means battle. Lakshmi Bai, along with the rebels, escaped to Kalpi to join Tantia Tope. Kalpi is a city in Uttar Pradesh. Their joint forces attacked and captured Gwalior, that is in Madhya Pradesh. Means after a long struggle, the British forces occupied the fort and the city of Jhansi. Approximately 5,000 people were killed in the battle, and the battle began at Jhansi in June 1857. One of the British officers laid siege to fortress of Jhansi. Rani Lakshmi Bai resisted, but Jhansi was captured by the British, and when traitors opened the gates of fortress for them, Rani Lakshmi Bai, along with the revolutionaries, escaped from there to join Tantia Tope at Kalpi in Uttar Pradesh. And after that, the joint forces of Rani Lakshmi Bai and Tantia Tope attacked and captured Gwalior in Madhya Pradesh. Scindia, an ally of the British, was the ruler of Gwalior. He fled to Agra while his forces joined the rebel forces. On 17 June 1858, Lakshmi Bai died fighting the British forces. Tantia Tope, however, continued guerrilla warfare for some more time, but ultimately he was betrayed by a zamindar. Zamindar means landowner. He was hanged after a trial and the revolt was suppressed. Suppressed means ended. Means at that time, the ruler of Gwalior was a strong supporter of the British. He fled to Agra while his forces joined the rebel forces. Rani Lakshmi Bai died fighting the British on June 17, 1858 at Gwalior, whereas Tantia Tope continued the war with the British. He fought along with his small groups of irregular soldiers against the typically larger regular British forces. But finally, he was cheated by a landowner of Gwalior named Man Singh, and after that, he was hanged after trial, and in this way, the revolt was ended. The other main centers of the revolt of 1857 were Uttar Pradesh and Central India. Kanwar Singh of Jagdishpur led the revolt at Era in Bihar. He was an old chieftain. Chieftain means leader. Rebel groups were organized by him in various parts of Uttar Pradesh and Central India. Particularly, indigo factories were targeted and destroyed by the rebels. Means Kanwar Singh organized this movement in Bihar because his small kingdom of Jagdishpur had been annexed by the British. He extended his operation to different parts of Uttar Pradesh and Central India. And Kanwar Singh, along with his rebel groups, particularly targeted and destroyed the indigo factories, as indigo was the major cash crop which was in demand by the British. He also extended his support to the rebels in Kanpur and Lucknow. In April 1858, Kanwar Singh died of war wounds. The revolt also spread to Ranchi, that is in Jharkhand, and Sambalpur, that is in Odisha. Means Kanwar Singh extended his operations along with his rebellions in Kanpur and Lucknow. And finally, he died after a gallant fight on April 27, 1858. His brother Amar Singh took the command of the rebels after his death. After his companions were killed in one of the battles and he was forced to run away, the English were able to crush the revolt in Bihar. And after that, the revolt of 1857 also spread in the other parts of India like Ranchi, Sambalpur, etc. So we can conclude that Mangal Pandey, a sepoy who protested against the use of Enfield rifles, was hanged. It caused anger in Indian soldiers, which led to the outbreak of the revolt of 1857. The sepoys of Meerut broke open the jail on 10th May 1857. They marched towards Delhi. They declared Bahadur Shah Zafar as the Emperor of India. Thus, the revolt of 1857 began. Delhi, Meerut, Kanpur, Awadh, Jhansi, Bareilly, Ranchi, Sambalpur, etc. were the main centers of the revolt of 1857. Now, I hope today's topic is clear to you. Your today's homework is to learn the related terms and try to solve the related back exercises.